man.
Dude, Vertiground is
Vertiground.
happening.
It is. It's
right now.
Right now.
We're
right now.
live.
This is the first time ever.
Like, we're not in person, but like it's virtual. Like, we are live, and this is happening right now. Hey, drop your name in the comments. We want to know who's tuning in with us. Make sure you said, hey. Dude, I'm so pumped.
This is crazy. Man, who knew 24 hours ago we would be doing this?
I know. Hey, this is so awesome. And I know the countdown is running, so you've probably got about 4.5 minutes. Hey, text your friend right now. If they're not tuning on right now, text them and say, dude, you need to be on YouTube right now watching Vertiground. God's got big plans tonight. Come on. I'm so pumped.
Park Valley Student Ministry, so make sure you tell your friends that we actually have a YouTube page. We didn't. Again, that's another thing that I'm not hip to anything.
It's
really,
okay. We'll teach you.
Yes, thank you. Like, yes.
Maybe
so
not
really
tonight,
quick,
but
we should probably introduce ourselves, right, Miranda?
Oh, okay, word.
Yeah, so first, I'm Will, and I'm the middle school pastor. And you guys, maybe you know me, maybe you don't, but we are we're at Park Valley Church in Haymarket, Virginia, and we are so very excited to be here with you all tonight.
And I am Miranda, and I'm on staff with our worship team. Such a blessing. I love it, but I also get to help out with our high school band. And it's a blessing. I love it. I love being on staff. I love working with this goofball. Sometimes, maybe.
Sometimes,
I don't know.
yeah.
Depends
on the day, yes.
But, man, we are so pumped. Hey, in the comments, drop what you are most excited about tonight. Any ideas what you think the game might be?
The game's going to be gross. I can only tell you that the game's going to be gross, but I think it's going to be, I'm excited about it. But I eat gross foods. Like, I used to live in China, and so I'm used to foods that, like, are not what you would have at your normal dinner table.
You probably have a different hobby.
It's not a hobby. It's just kind of what I do. It's just from time to time. Like, it's especially doing youth ministry. Like, we do nasty food games and stuff like that. So it's okay. Like, I enjoy it. Like, obviously, I enjoy food just a little bit.
Hey, if you're just now tuning in, make sure your friends are tuning in as well. They do not want to miss what's happening tonight.
For sure.
We're so excited. I know it's not in person, but that does not mean that God is not going to, or that doesn't mean that God's going to stop moving.
Right.
Because He is moving. We're so pumped.
Absolutely. And this is going to be a super exciting night. We have some awesome volunteers with us tonight. They're helping us out. And so we have, I don't know if you guys know Yusuf. Yusuf is one of our awesome game people. He's going to be helping us out.
Nice.
Tyler's going to be joining us. We have some awesome worship planned.
Yes.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about disappointment because, man, I think that a lot of people were kind of disappointed in getting that text message or that email or the post yesterday about not having Vertiground tonight. But, man, what a great option for us to just hang out tonight, and you can worship in your room, like in your living room with your family while you're in the car, whatever you're doing right now. You have the freedom to kind of do whatever and just hang out, and it's going to be an absolute blast.
Yes. All right, guys, I see that countdown going down, and we are so pumped at this time. They're going to go ahead and get our game ready and coming out here. Okay,
all right,
dude, we are so pumped. Our team, again, they're going to be bringing this game out. I'm a little scared. I'm happy that I'm not in this game.
And you should.
I'm not about it.
You
so
should.
I'm going to pray for the people in the game. Y'all just wait and see, okay?
Whew. Absolutely. Yeah, so Paul, go ahead and bring the table out with us. If you can just grab somebody, and we'll get the table set up for us. We'll pull out our chairs and all that so you guys can get ready. And this is going to be a crazy game. It's going to be a lot of fun. What's up, Yusuf? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm wearing sweatpants and a suit.
Make sure that we're staying 6 feet apart.
This is pretty interesting.
6 feet apart. Yep. Yes, and you are wearing sweatpants. We're very, very thankful for you.
Y'all,
you told me like really short notice.
Blowing up that chat. Put in your favorite emoji. We want to stay connected with you. We want to know what's happening. A lot is happening right now.
A lot is happening right now.
There's a lot going on. But we cannot wait for you to see it, guys. 1 minute.
Right. 1 minute. Really quick. Yusuf, go ahead and grab that into the table really quick.
This is like gross. Like New Year's Eve. The anticipation
we're going to put it on this green
for New Year's Eve.
The dots right on the floor. Excellent.
Oh, we're going to knock some of this over.
No, it's going to be wonderful. It looks like a hot mess. It looks like somebody went to McDonald's and just kind of grabbed whatever they could.
Now. Lord, what is happening? I'm so excited.
Is that in there?
Come on.
We ran out of bags.
You ran out of bags?
This is our example of how gross it is.
Fair enough. Awesome.
All right, y'all looking at that countdown?
Yes.
Make sure your friends are tuned in. Make sure they are not missing this. They need to be on right now. Come on.
Absolutely. Yep. You're doing a great job, Miranda. So,
20 seconds. I hear that. Thank you so much.
We might need a trash can for this next game. Come to think of it.
15. Thank you, 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. and this is Vertiground.
Let's get it started. So we're going to have our game contestants come on out here. We're going to put that right there. Yusuf, go ahead and grab that last red stool right there.
I will grab the last stool.
Excellent.
Woo! That was really hype.
And then, Lizzie, go ahead and make your way up here really quick.
Lizzie, the trash can's for you.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Okay.
Excellent.
Can I introduce the game? I've been working this hype for a while
Absolutely.
now. This is...
Do it. Keep going, man.
Welcome to Vertiground Iron Stomach Trivia. Man, I don't know how I can just continue that. That was just...
That was so
just keep
aggressive.
going. They don't lose the lose momentum.
So how this game is going to work. We have multiple bags with tons of gross foods. For instance, horseradish, just open.
No.
Just out there.
It smells bad. You guys want to smell it?
I
Here.
don't want to
Smell it. Make the rounds.
Oh, I can smell it right now.
You can you?
Yeah.
Can you smell
Actually,
it right now?
I like
got, like, a
horseradish,
whiff
so
of
it's
it.
not gonna. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
This is
Okay,
so
anyway.
loud.
So we also, just to show you guys how bad this is going to get, for each contestant, your prize tonight is a toothbrush. So
wonderful.
that's just how bad
My
this is going to
mic
get.
is so loud.
So I'm going to ask you a trivia question. You all have given me,
Oh, hello.
and we're just going to see where it goes. I'm going to ask each one a trivia question. Let's say it's Lizzie's question, right? I'm going to ask Will. Will, you get it wrong, you have to choose a random one. You guys don't know what these are. Like, I mean, you know what they are, but not.
Yeah.
Which one? This one may be a little
And
obvious.
so Yusuf, now is there any way? So do I have to eat every single item that I get?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you get.
Unfortunately, what?
Unfortunately, you get 2 passes.
I get 2 passes. All right.
You get 2
excellent.
passes, unless you want to take it. Challenge round.
Right. That does seem very generous. So we'll kind of. Well, I guess we'll have
We'll
to
see where it goes.
what happens.
If Lizzie passes her next 2, everyone loses them.
Perfect.
There you go. That'll be her first 2. That'll be the test. So no pressure,
They're
Lizzie.
not, they're being real.
So really quick,
though.
did we introduce everybody? Because I know
Yes,
I introduced
absolutely.
myself earlier.
I'm Yusuf Wakil. This is Tyler Dorn. Tyler, you had a nickname earlier, right?
Tyler Top 10 Dorn.
Tyler Top 10
Top 10.
Dorn.
That's wonderful.
This is Lizzie Brittingham. Any nickname, Lizzie?
Lizzie is my nickname.
This is Lizzie Brittingham.
Ah.
And Will,
Yeah.
you are.
I'm
William.
William.
No,
William.
Will, you're.
Yeah.
Will, you are.
We'll go with William.
You are.
William. Sorry.
William fits with the
Weird.
game.
It
That is-
definitely
There you
doesn't,
go.
Lizzie. But I think we should definitely get this
Okay,
started.
let's get this started. Look at my fancy cards.
Oh, the
Oh.
card
So,
bucket.
yes, my fancy cards. I know. They're not actually organized, so this can be interesting. How do I balance
Hey.
both either?
All right.
We'll go with this. Okay, first questions. First, I don't know who this is. We'll go next one. First question. We'll take this
Oh, come on. Come on.
to Tyler.
Come on.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
When was Will's first son, Sammy, born?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know this? Good.
Nope.
Okay.
No idea.
A.
No idea.
A. April 18th, 2018. Okay. B. May 7th, 2018. C. Is that I think it's May 6th. Yeah, okay. C.
Okay.
May
Don't look at
6th,
me.
2018. I don't know what you're
The
gonna say.
silence.
D. May 4th, 2018. Now, guys, go ahead and throw your answer in the comments. This is interactive. Go ahead and throw it in.
Let us
And if
know.
you're having fun, go ahead and find an emoji and just pop it in there. Pop it in there. Flood it with emojis. The more emojis, the merrier.
I think. Are we ready for my answer?
Are you guys ready for this answer? You ca-
If
yeah,
I remember what, I'm gonna go with A. April 18th.
that is A.
April 18th.
It's not A, and Will's
It's
just
No.
The correct answer was B, May 7th.
Ooh, dude, I almost said B.
2018.
I was literally like, all right, it's A or B.
Yeah.
It's
Feel
like, I'm gonna
bad
go
that
A or B.
Now, Yusuf, I do think we need to clarify. This is impossibly hard trivia. So this,
This
is
is
not
really
going to
hard.
be like.
They're not supposed to
What
get it.
color
This
am
is
I
not
If
on?
they do,
trivia
that's
night.
impressive.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be
Yeah.
difficult because I'm a mean person.
It's true.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
which one are you going to choose?
Oh, lordy.
We do have horseradish out,
We need like
just
a
sitting
drum
there.
roll sound effect.
At home, drum roll. The more
Oh my
drum roll,
gosh.
the louder you can get. This one?
Excellent.
Oh, it's heavy.
What's it going to be, everybody?
Oh, it's heavy.
This- okay.
Funny because you bagged all these things, so you probably already know.
Okay.
We all did.
But they like rearranged.
Relish.
Relish.
Just straight
Relish.
Oh, my God. And you need a fork
Straight
with that?
relish. No, I got a spoon.
Oh,
I
you
got a
got a
spoon.
spoon,
Hey, I
okay.
appreciate that.
Yeah, you're
I think
welcome.
there's
All right, so I'm
spoons
gonna put
for
this
that.
mic down.
You should put
Unless
the-
you guys want to hear me in the mic eat this relish.
Go ahead and put the
we
mic
don't,
down.
we don't
Put it
need to do
on.
that. You can put the mic down. Oh, my goodness.
It is sealed for freshness.
Why do you have to do it right
I'm
here?
glad he
Like,
got that
I don't
one.
know.
I was a little worried to be
like
honest.
right next to the trash can, in case you don't like it, which you probably won't.
Is it just one spoonful? or is it
One forkful, one spoonful. Sammy's gonna be rewatching this when he's older. He's gonna be like,
the best part
"You
is,
better."
so before, as we were prepping for this game,
You can just
we
throw this away.
were trying to make sure that we basically, like, we were getting foods that we would all kind of
Thank you.
just get. And so, guys, we do have a reminder. We do need to make sure we put our masks on and all that stuff. So
Yes, sir.
and you all should be able to hear everything. That was a great reminder. Thank you so much, Kevin, for doing that.
Sure.
So as we continue, we do. So we chose foods based off of stuff that we were kind of grossed out by, and like things that were not necessarily like we weren't excited about, like the foods and all that stuff. So we chose gross foods on purpose. But
We did.
Let's continue.
Okay. Next question.
Okay.
That was disgusting.
We're gonna ask another Will question to you, Lizzie.
Oh, no.
I think that's how we're gonna do this.
Oh, no.
When was Will's? No, we just did that one.
Thank you. I'm back. Ooh,
Okay.
Hello?
Next question.
hello.
It's still to you. What middle school did Will go to? A.
Okay.
Fred Lynn Middle School. B.
Is this on?
West Ridge Middle School. C. Potomac Middle School. D. Lake Ridge Middle School. Now
And
go
they
ahead
are
and throw
all-
your answer in the comments.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
And those are all in Prince William County.
Lizzie, we want you to get this
Oh,
wrong. You just
no.
know. Just
Okay.
know that you're supposed to get this wrong. So, what you think it is, it's not.
The only one I know, like the name of, is Lake Ridge, so I'm gonna go with that. D.
Unfortunately, the answer is Lake Ridge. It
What?
is
This is rigged. This is
Yeah.
rigged. What
Hey.
the
You
world?
are
How in the
good.
world did you
That's
get
Okay,
good.
that
All
means
right.
That
nothing.
was
Get
such
that
a
garbage
rush
out of here,
of
bro.
just
Okay.
relief.
This
oh
is
my
nothing.
goodness.
We're gonna
Yeah,
go
land on my
with
lap.
a.
Oh my goodness.
I don't actually know. I think this is your question, so I can
Okay.
ask you. I don't know what the back is. This is your question,
Okay.
Tyler.
Oh lordy.
Who you want to ask it to? Will? He hasn't gone yet.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
gone yet, so
100%.
yeah, it's just-
100%
let's
will.
show
I
it
got
you.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is this?
What's Tyler's favorite animal? A. A camel. B.
no.
A cat. C. A tiger. Or D. A lizard. Go ahead and throw your answer in there.
Yes, throw your
Let's see
answers
it.
in there. I'm going to take a risk because I know, and again, like I'm taking a big risk. I feel like I've seen you wear like a Clemson shirt before. So I'm going to go with
A
C.
what?
But that literally might have nothing to do. Like,
a what? A what?
Just-
Will, you might want to second guess.
A what?
Do I want a second guess?
Might
I'm
wanna
not
second.
going to second guess. I'm going to go strong C.
Dang it, because that's the right answer.
Yes!
dude, this is
Okay.
rigged. This is literally against me.
I know.
Every single thing is against me.
So, all right.
Okay.
I'm just observant, you know.
True. Hey,
So,
I
did
respect you.
anybody else guess
Did
C?
anyone get it right?
I'm literally the only one who's
If you
eaten
did, you
anything.
don't
I
have to
thought
eat
it was
something.
to be honest, I
gross.
thought it was a camel.
If you want to,
feel
if you want
like
to
that was
interact
such a
at your house,
random
if you
one
you
in
could
there.
get some gross foods and
Yeah.
try it out, join.
Absolutely.
No.
All right. Should we do the next
Don't
question?
try this at
Next
home.
question's Tyler's. It's to you.
Oh no.
Okay. What is my middle name? A. Wesley. B. Harry. C. Eduardo. I'm just kidding. It's Edward. D. Richard.
Oh no.
Just think of it. Tyler Harry Dorn. Tyler Edward. Oh, I like that. Tyler Edward Dorn.
Don't look at me like that. I
Go
don't
ahead and
like
throw
this.
your answer in there. Throw that answer.
What was the first one?
Wesley. And then B. Harry. C. Edward. D. Richard.
I feel like it's Wesley. I'm gonna go with A.
This
I
is
hate this.
ridiculous.
Okay,
This
so
is literally
Yay!
ridiculous.
These
I'm
guessing
literally about.
skills are
crazy.
Y'all are
top
literally
notch.
100% guessing.
These
I feel
guess
like
these
we
guessing
know
skills
Tyler
are
better
top
than
notch.
yeah.
I mean, literally,
May- maybe
don't know.
these are
You-
things that neither
look
one
like
of
a
you
Wesley.
know
I know.
about me whatsoever.
like a
No,
Wesley.
not
maybe
at
we'll
all.
get this next one because this is Lizzie's questions, and I read through
My
them.
questions
They
are
are
pretty
hard.
hard.
I'm gonna get it wrong.
I think
I'm gonna get it wrong.
I think to amp up the challenge,
We're
because we don't
taking-
want to.
Yeah.
If the person gets it right, they should be able to deliver.
Ah, yes.
Ooh, okay.
Something to
You know
somebody
another
we're switching
challenge
up the
because
rules?
people keep
Yeah.
getting it right, and I'm angry. I'm taking away one freebie,
Okay,
and you only have
No.
one now,
Okay.
just because
fair enough.
this is making me unhappy.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
I wanted to challenge.
I'm already
so
unhappy. So
Tyler, there you go.
Sorry,
We'll be
Tyler.
unhappy together.
all right.
Okay.
Let's keep
Next
going.
question. This is to Tyler. Okay. What is the color of Lizzie's bedroom? A. Pink, not hot pink. That's specified in parentheses. B. Light blue. C. White. Or D. Light gray. Lizzie, I'm pretty impressed that you didn't go like some like ocean blue or like
I
specific.
went with just general
that's
bedroom
helpful.
colors.
Go ahead and throw it in.
I
If you're
think
one
I'm-
of Lizzie's best friends, you probably know.
I
right?
think I'm.
A
go-
lot of my friends have
yeah,
seen
a
my
lot of-
room. So.
Just throw it in there. Tyler.
throw it in there.
I'll
What do you
wait.
think,
I'll wait.
Tyler?
Okay,
Um,
Tyler.
Oh lordy, I have to get this right
You
because
really
I've
do.
already eaten relish,
It's already-
and
It's already
everybody's
been you.
gotten my questions right. So I think I'm gonna go with light blue. B.
You're losing all your freebies, okay? You have to eat
You
it
got
if
that
it's
That was
there.
Man,
right.
I
That was
hate
right.
that.
My room's
We're
light
just
blue.
vibing.
Seriously?
That
What
my
is
room
this?
is light
Yes.
blue.
I got it. Let's
Yeah.
go.
All right,
Oh my
so Tyler, who's getting the food then?
It's funny you should say that, Yusuf.
Oh,
My room
Lizzie,
is
hey.
ocean themed.
Go ahead and pick something.
Oh, that's
wrong.
harsh.
Oh,
That's
n-
tough.
Oh.
All right, Lizzie. Well, go ahead and put your microphone
This
down
is
on
such
here.
a
And
walk
This
of
is just a
shame.
rub in the
Make sure you
just
mute it.
a slap in the
did
face
take
because I
away
got your
your
question
nose,
right and
so
I
you
get to.
can't now. And I said no to the nose because he kept getting it right. So
It's okay.
This is just
just
like
no
in your
pressure.
face because I got your question right.
drum roll, please,
and now
at
I'm
home.
Giving you.
It's so quiet here. That's so awkward. That was a really weird moment. Thank you, studio audience.
No.
Oh, who it is? It is coffee.
It's just straight coffee.
But see, this one is a special
Coffee
one. You should
beans.
reach your hand back in there.
Uh-oh. I don't know.
This is a double whammy because we ran out of
Oh.
Vienna sausages and
bags. They come
coffee.
with 2 forks.
You should.
Man,
Wow.
away.
Yeah, I got you.
it's funny because I had so many more bags in the back.
That's funny. Well, it's a double whammy. What do you got there?
That's just too bad.
Vienna sausages
I think-
and coffee.
I think a handful of each.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds good.
100%.
One, you can take one of the
A handful of Vienna sausages
but like
is
a
the
whole
whole thing,
spoonful of the
so.
coffee. And now, can we specify? This coffee is when we went to the supermarket, it's the world's strongest coffee.
The world's strongest.
So,
like it works out
yeah.
on the weekends.
It has a skull in the front, but I think it's for show. I think.
I mean, it's definitely
Don't
not going to
actually
kill
know,
you.
but
Well,
So.
yeah.
we'll just hope. If Lizzie's here at the end of the game.
If we remember in,
love Vienna sausages.
if we remember in the movie Elf,
If you like Vienna sausages, go
world's
ahead and throw it
best
in
cup
there.
of coffee
If not,
in
go
New
ahead and
York.
throw it,
That is
throw it in
true.
the comments.
so
just
this
one.
could be a lie.
Unless you really
You
end
might
up
really
liking them.
enjoy
Yeah,
it,
you might
though.
enjoy them. They're not that bad, personally.
Some people love them.
This is
Bye.
amazing.
Okay, here we
Oh,
go. Here we
that's
go.
just gross.
Everybody, drum roll.
3, 2,
Wow,
1, do
that
it.
breath. That was an
Go, go,
intense
go,
breath.
go.
Okay. No, you
Eat
have
the
to
whole
I
keep
just
thing.
need
There
to-
we go.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, there we
That's what
go.
I'm talking about.
There we
Yes.
go.
It's like a hot dog, but it's
I'll
been
go
out
ahead and
longer.
add it to the
All right, let's-
showcase.
So, and then
right
just
here.
do a handful of coffee
Coffee
beans and
beans.
just toss it in your mouth. It might even complement the flavor right now.
Yeah.
So
You can use this fork if you want. You
Yep.
want this fork?
you can do. I mean, just do enough. Yes.
Yeah,
do a
just-
amount like
Yeah, just real quick.
perfect.
Everybody, here we go.
Coffee beans.
She's gonna be like just shaking, dude.
I wanna hear that.
But like caffeinated shaking.
She doesn't even drink coffee, so it's
I know,
great.
She hates coffee. Oh man. Oh.
That crunch, you can't hear it, but it was just.
We couldn't hear the crunch. Oh
It's like biting into a carrot. All right, well, Lizzie, go ahead and take a seat. Thank you so much for.
How is that?
Yeah. There's your
Trash
right
can
there.
right
Trash
there.
can right there.
Oh, that's gross. Okay, so while she does that, our next question. We totally didn't plan on this. Okay, so who did I just? Tyler, right?
I think you just
Will,
said Tyler.
this is the
Hit
next
me up,
Lizzie
man.
question.
Let's
okay.
do it.
What is Lizzie's favorite fruit? Lizzie, do you know your favorite fruit?
Yep.
Okay,
Alright.
good job.
Other side. Other side.
It's definitely not coffee, that's for sure.
Okay, so A, star fruit, B, kiwis,
Mhm.
C, strawberries, or D, watermelon.
Did she spell it that way?
I wish.
Okay,
Okay.
so the coffee bean, it was fine at first, but then it turned into coffee grounds, and then I coughed, and then it just
That's gross.
It's-
That's so gross.
sorry.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just need some hot water and you
It's
can
like
make your own
stuck
coffee
in my
for
mouth.
you.
It's
I don't
true.
know.
I want to
Yeah.
see Will eat.
All right, so the options are what again?
A, star fruit,
Okay.
B, kiwis, C, strawberries, or D, watermelon.
I feel like starfruit is
She
so
just nodded at
specific.
watermelon. So, I mean,
No, I'm going to say it's starfruit.
why are you saying star fruit?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's
Why?
starfruit because it's so specific, it's not even funny.
I hate that.
So, am I right?
Yep, this is just a
So,
challenge.
Dude,
game
shoulda
now.
gone.
what?
Not my day.
You know, Tyler?
Go ahead and give
I
it to me.
think-
knew
I
it
think
was
it's
gonna
your
be
turn
that.
again,
That's
man.
fair. That's fair.
So,
Will, you haven't gone yet.
I know,
right?
and I'm
Yeah.
like, I can tolerate most of these
Here's
foods.
the thing: you should be dreading it though, because you're getting the worst option.
Bro,
the one
I'm-
that's obvious is around
I'm
here.
tearing. That's how bad it is. I'm tearing.
Like-
Drum roll, please, again.
Oh no! Wait, what is that?
What is
I'm
Is
gonna
that
take.
the-
I'm
what
gonna
is
step
that?
back here for this. This is gross.
What
for
is
me.
that? Wait, Yusuf, what is it?
It's
These,
yeah.
we saw them in the aisle, and it is like some sort of fish bathed in hot sauce. Some sort of hot sauce.
Texas hot sauce. to
It's
be
like
exact.
Louisiana, down south
Yeah,
Louisiana
something
hot
like
sauce,
that.
something like
Awesome.
that. So here we go.
You want a fork?
Oh, you're going to go for it. Okay.
Here. Oh,
Okay.
all
You're
of
gonna
it?
drink it?
Yeah, you
No,
gotta eat one of
no.
the fish.
Make sure you take off your mask, though, for this, Tyler. That would be embarrassing.
Your mask is gonna smell so bad after this.
That looks wonderful, actually.
Ew. How is it?
It's the hot sauce, man. It's the hot sauce. Yep.
Not that
I
bad.
have
Are
such
you
a
gonna take that one back with
delicate
you?
palate. I could never.
Oh, you want to smell this?
No, I'm good. I'm solid.
Oh, really?
Wants
Oh.
Yusuf eat something?
You know
Will,
If you get the if you get the next question right, I'll eat something.
I think that's
Okay.
cool. All right,
That's
cool.
fair.
So I'm gonna do
Thank
another
you,
question.
audience.
That actually wasn't
I
that
remember
bad.
not
Cool.
Can
to
I
be
pass
honest.
Have
one
you
of
done?
mine to Yusuf? I'll do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
if anybody gets it right, we can pass
Oh.
it to you.
What?
I think
Okay,
that's
yeah.
fair.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
100%.
so
All right, here we
now,
go.
now we're
Awesome.
I'm gonna
banding
have to
together.
unbutton the blazer.
So is
We're
this
banding
question-
The
against
blazer.
Yusuf.
My
Is this
dry
question
cleaner's
for
gonna be
Will?
getting my suit next. Okay, so
Sounds
good
great.
thing we're wearing sweatpants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing sweatpants.
As you had mentioned.
Okay,
We did
yeah, I
mention
just,
that
just had
earlier,
to throw it in there. Oh, okay. Well, this is your question.
Whose question is this?
I'm not gonna-
Is this for me?
No, hold on.
You can ask anybody else. Like I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
answered a question.
Either
I got
whoever
right,
gets it
so-
right, we're giving it to you. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Or unless
mean,
we get it
unless we
wrong.
get it
Will,
wrong.
Unless we
what
get it
is
wrong.
the name of my first dog? A, this is Tyler.
Ah.
Okay.
Tyler's first dog. A.
Mhm.
Sadie, B. Marley, C. Hadley, and D. Callie.
There's a tech person
Hmm.
named Callie.
Callie,
That's
are
why
you
he looked off
vibing
to the side.
with the dog?
Callie, yeah, I'm sorry.
So it's not Callie.
It's like
Um,
There you go. There we
No.
go. There's
Done.
not
I'm
one.
not
Yeah.
excited.
I know
for
a dog
this.
named Callie.
I was so
Not your
happy. I'm
first
like,
dog.
they get to eat gross foods.
You know,
No.
I feel like I connected really well with Sadie right off the bat.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Sadie.
Yes. No food for me. It was C. Hadley.
No,
That
dude.
name. It's
So
such
good.
a
All right.
cute name.
This
It's a
is
cute
Will's
name.
first time.
All right, Will.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what Lizzie did. She cheated. She saw the coffee beans. I was like, hey, she cheated.
I just saw the top. I saw a black bag.
What is it?
Is that the horseradish? No,
The
that's
horseradish?
cheating.
Ooh.
Does anyone actually like horseradish?
Yeah, here.
Use your mic.
I
So
know
let me
it's-
just explain horseradish to y'all, okay?
Yeah.
Mm.
So the way that horseradish works, it basically, it's this. I don't fully know. It's not like hot,
Mhm.
but it's like this thing that reaches into your brain and then like pulls it down, like slams your head on the table,
Mhm.
and then just disappears.
So it bullies you.
Yes, but like very fast. Like it's very
Oh.
so. Yeah, this is gonna, I'm not excited about
Right.
this.
Full. You have to
Praying
do
for
a
you
full fork, whatever is in there. Full.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh, it's
you
like
can get
That
more
looks
than
like
that.
grits.
that looks
Will,
like
you
sand.
can get more than that.
Looks like wet sand.
Dude, you can do this. Stay strong. Oh.
I'm sorry, Will. That's
Mhm.
really bad. Half of our team just went. Half of the team just went ugh and like
Okay,
looked
you guys
away.
can't tell, but the silence in this room right now.
Hey, show the camera
Are
your
you
face.
okay,
It's-
Will?
Show the camera your
painful.
face right now.
Are you okay?
We have the EMT waiting. No, I'm kidding.
We might need
We
to call
may need it.
911 and have them standing by.
Dude, that's awesome.
We
That's
probably should have
great,
gotten.
I feel alive.
Okay, let's get a Lizzie.
Oh, man.
Let's get a Lizzie question going here.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
For Tyler,
Oh,
this is
okay.
for you.
Oh man.
How many states has Lizzie lived in?
Oh,
A.
that one's easy.
Uno.
That one's easy.
For those
an
non-Spanish
easy
speakers.
one.
A 1, B 4, C 3, or D 5.
I'm going A1.
A1 sauce.
Yeah.
Will, would you have done a whole thing of that? A1
No.
sauce? No.
No.
Is that
Oh.
is that the
I would-
Worcestershire sauce?
No,
Which-
it's better. It's way better.
A-
Oh,
it's
man.
Worcestershire.
That's not.
Was
said
I right? You're building suspense. Was I right or wrong?
No, it was 3.
How was that easy?
I'm still
I mean.
not doing anything. This is great.
I don't know.
This is
oh
excellent.
my god.
This is beautiful.
I mean, I've worn Delaware sweatshirts, so I figured 2 would have at least been given.
No,
Yeah,
never.
but anybody can
I'm
wear
not like Will and
Delaware.
observant
He's wearing
and-
a Colorado
This
sweatshirt.
is
Yeah,
true.
like I'm not. I've never lived in Colorado.
My bad.
Okay,
Can I
what's
change
it
my
gonna be?
mind about that water? Oh.
Do 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 do. Uh-oh.
You see, I wish I would have
Oh,
got
I
this.
hate
I
the
love
texture.
cottage cheese.
I hate the texture.
Cottage cheese is
I'm so
wonderful.
Sorry. I hate the texture.
It is not that bad, everybody. Okay, shaking their heads. It's only one. There's not that many people here.
So he'll down relish,
His-
but he'll
yeah,
quiver at
cottage
cottage
cheese.
cheese.
Let's do it. Tyler, whenever you're ready.
Cheers.
It's not even his birthday. It's past his half birthday, but
Tyler, you wouldn't even know when
The
I
head
was.
shake.
Tyler's not about it. Don't do it, Tyler. Don't throw
Tyler,
up. I would rather you spit it out. Spit it.
Tyler, here's the
just
thing.
swallow it, Tyler.
You wouldn't even know when
Yeah.
Sammy's birthday is. So
It's the consistency, isn't it?
It's May yeah. Dude, it's like it's weird.
okay.
I'm still picking
It's the-
coffee grounds out of my mouth.
It's the texture
That's
because
not
it's
bad.
like there's like
is.
it's like little tiny pieces
lingering.
of cheese.
I think
but
your
it's-
body's telling you is like you shouldn't have lumpy stuff in your mouth. Like that's not.
Well,
yeah, exactly,
Not a good
exactly.
thing.
Like that's
Mhm.
literally perfect
It's
way
not
to
that
explain
bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
it.
For all
It
you
is
people with me, Kai's cheese is not that bad. There's
It's
probably not a lot of people.
100% terrible.
What's it looking
Just
like?
tried it, so
I have such a weak stomach. This is a really
Okay,
fun game
we
for
shall
me to
continue.
play.
So
I think we
you-
have time for like 2 more
You
questions.
get the next Lizzie question.
So,
So
awesome.
how many
Please
trophies
get
does
this
Lizzie
right.
have for competitive dance? A 10, B 5, C 15, or D 2?
Oh no. How old are you? No.
Didn't even
I
know.
am
You,
14.
I didn't even know Lizzie did competitive.
What are the
dance.
options again?
A 10, B 5, C 15, or D 10? No, D 2. Sorry.
we need you here. Big. This could be huge, Will.
I'm gonna go with 10.
You sure about that?
Yes.
He's like, are you
Okay.
sure about
I used to
that?
pick
That
something,
is
man.
correct.
Do you want me to hold your
Let's
mic?
go.
No,
No,
hold your
I
mic.
got this. I got
You
this.
fooled me, Yusuf.
So,
Alright,
over
dude.
here, in this
Man.
corner, what?
I'm just being honest. Like that is like it is just sitting like a hot.
Is there a
Roast
pickle
is
juice
there.
option? I like that. Let's
No,
see.
I like pickle
I
It is
think
a
relish
relish.
was the only pickly thing.
I
Yeah.
know some of these. That's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
problem.
You
choose one
can't
for me.
look, bro.
Choose one
No,
for me.
Yeah.
you choose.
You
choose
can't
whichever
look,
I
though,
don't
you
wanna
cheaters.
choose.
Just-
I'll take this one. I couldn't see this.
Please do something
cottage
good. Please.
cheese.
That bad. Ha! It's just
What?
tomato
No.
Tomato soup.
Dude.
I love tomato soup.
Oh, the burp is bad too.
Ooh.
That's
oof.
whack.
juice. I can just drink.
Dude,
this
he
stuff.
got the easiest
He
one.
got the easiest one. I feel like I
Dude,
freaked.
this is rigged against me.
Rigged.
Okay.
I'm so
I don't
sorry,
think
Tyler.
I can open this.
Maybe
Choose
you
something else.
should just pick a different
Perfect. That's
one.
just perfect opportunity for you to choose
Okay.
something else.
Take
Perfect
this one.
avenue and ooh.
Probably just a
alright.
pull off lid. Is it too difficult? Like never
That,
mind.
the fact that he was shaking
It's
it so
the
violently.
suit. It's the suit.
Nope,
Doesn't-
it's the seaweed.
Ooh.
I think
I
here's,
really-
here's
I
what I
like
want to
this.
see. I want you to take it all out in just one gigantic
Okay.
bite into the like cross section.
I
Yep.
think it's wasabi seaweed.
What? Is it? No.
That
You
was
didn't
the
have
only
to-
thing that.
He didn't have to know that, Lizzie.
Yeah.
My mic's
Yeah.
dying.
Sorry.
Can I have batteries?
well, just so people were aware that if he starts like crying for the wasabi, you know.
It's gonna be the same. It's
If
the
he's-
exact same effect as horseradish, where it just like it kicks in your door and then it's out.
I've never
Yo.
had wasabi, so I don't know.
Oh, that would have been.
Oh, he ate the whole.
crunch, the
He ate it
crunch.
all. He ate it every single piece of that. Dude, stop dancing.
I'm scared.
Stop dancing in our face.
I'm so scared. I don't know how I feel about that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, here's
Well
the thing.
then.
That was amazing. That was. So
I am
good.
very impressed,
Yep.
and not like mad respect for that, for real. Like honestly, we have time for
Alright.
one more.
Wow.
I think we have time for one more
think
as
we
the
got time
band
for
starts
more.
getting up on the stage. We're gonna jump into some worship here in a second, but Yusuf, let's do one more, man.
One more for old time's sake.
For old time's sake.
Is that
Okay.
literally no effect?
Bro, you're like so unfazed. He's so
Okay.
unfazed.
All
You know,
right.
I'm gonna
I'm
eat all
salty,
of
dude.
these
I'm
after
kind
this.
No,
of-
I'm salty.
I'm weirdly
Because of that.
impressed.
You guys, this is why I'm the host. I'm telling you. I
I'm
earned this
weirdly
spot.
impressed.
Okay. Ooh, no.
Ooh.
I hope it just hits you like a truck here in a minute.
Just like later
you
on.
it.
and
this
you're
month.
just like,
Ooh.
dude.
I'll let you
That's
guys.
such a terrible thing to wish on
You know what?
somebody,
Just for
Tyler.
this-
Okay, okay. You know what I meant though. You
Just for
know
this,
what I meant.
I'll let you guys pass this one and just one to me because that was really
Cool.
easy. Okay. This goes to you, Will. In 4th grade, what karate belt did Lizzie have? A, black belt. B, yellow belt. C, green belt. D, 3rd degree black belt. Lizzie,
Okay, Lizzie.
optimistic?
Yeah, I was about to say you can do that.
I mean, you're doing all
literally
of
should be here
after
right
the
now.
coffee beans. Y'all just like stop.
Let's
giving
think
me
about this.
questions.
It's been hard.
Run through it again.
Lizzie has made she's trying to trick us. A, black belt. B, yellow belt. C, green belt. Or D, 3rd degree black belt.
It's funny because I think if you're not involved in karate, or like any kind of martial arts, you don't know any other belt except for like I think the most basic one is white,
Yeah.
and then yeah. So,
Well, I was in 4th grade.
but there's 2
so
black
what did
belts.
I have in 4th
No matter
grade?
what, I'll let you pass this to me. How about that?
No, that's
That's
not how it
not
works.
how it works.
I just
So
wanna do
black
this
belt,
again. It
black
wasn't
belt
that
is on
bad.
there twice.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm-
there's I'd put two different degrees. There's just regular black belt, and then there's the 3rd degree black belt.
So are we all in agreement
Yeah.
that we're giving this to Yusuf if we get it?
I don't think I'm gonna get this one right because I feel like
But I mean,
it's
I'm willing
weird
to.
that black belt is on there twice
Mm-hmm.
when there's so many other colors to draw from. 3rd degree is really ambitious, but I also haven't swung at you, so
You haven't.
I'm
If
gonna
you
go
go-
with black belt.
Okay.
Standard black belt.
The card drop. That was so anticlimactic.
It's dying again, guys. I'm gonna
Here,
change
Dying
the
again.
picture. No.
Here,
Okay.
tell us the answer because we're in suspense.
But make sure you guys.
It's black belt.
It is black belt.
Hey.
Sweet.
Mad
So,
respect. I'm Bureau. I did not think that's what it was.
so I'm gonna
sorry.
give this one to Lizzie.
Hey.
Namaste. All right, and now I'm gonna stay away
Much
from
love.
this gross food.
Much love, Will.
So
Much
yes,
love.
Lizzie, go ahead and pick
Liz-
your poison.
Oh yeah, this is good.
As the band gets up on stage, you guys can go ahead and hop up on stage real quick. Yes.
Which one is it?
Man.
Yes. Oh, I forgot about that. I
Straight
forgot about buttermilk.
Buttermilk. Now, if you don't know anything, it's low fat.
Oh,
so it's
sorry. Yeah,
so
excuse me.
if you know anything about buttermilk tastes anything like or but milk. I don't know. I didn't have a good joke for that one, but
You ran out of dad jokes.
I did.
Yeah, that's all right.
I just a good
Just
little,
open that thing up and take a
Yeah.
good 5-second chug.
Man,
Oh, pour the whole. Yeah.
this would have been the thing that would have gotten me. Oh no, don't fill it. Don't fill the cup.
Come on, more
Don't
than
fill it.
that.
That's
That's
not-
like a sip.
Yeah.
That's like a
I'd say a
swig.
gulp. Guys, let's be. We got to get going anyway, so it
You're
doesn't
right.
matter. So.
Fair enough. For Sammy.
Yes,
Oh,
Lizzie!
Oh, it's.
Wow.
Come on.
That.
Ooh.
Just a straight like, okay. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for
Hey.
watching this miserable game. Paul's going to come up, but, guys, we have Kevin Kiak, and he's going to give us a couple of announcements. Kevin? Or
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Pastor Kevin. All right. what's the-
Testing.
Yes. All right.
Welcome to our COVID, no COVID service. Is it not on? Testing. Okay. We just want to let you know we miss you guys. We hate not seeing you in person, but we're glad we can come to you this way at all costs, no matter what. We are doing our best to make sure we can meet in a few weeks. So we are praying, we are fasting, we are hoping that we can see you the first week of December. So pray with us. I am stalling while the band is getting ready, and hopefully there's not a disgusting table full of stuff behind me any longer. We love you guys, and we will see you soon. Out.
Waking up knowing there's a reason. All my dreams come alive. Life is for living. With you, I made my decision. You lift me up, fill my eyes with wonder. Forever young in your love, this freedom's untainted. With you, no moment is wasted. See the sun now bursting through the clouds, black and white, turns to color all around. All is new in the Savior I am found. This is living now. This is living now. You lead the way, God, you're right beside me. In your love, I'm complete. Nothing like living with you. This life you created, I choose. See the sun now bursting through the clouds, black and white, turns to color all around. All is new in the Savior I am found. This is living now. freedom is an open door. You are everything I want and more. See the sun now bursting through the clouds, black and white. Just the color all around, all is new. In the Savior I am found. See the sun now bursting through the clouds, black and white. Just the color all around, all is new. In the Savior I am found. This is living now. This is living now. You take me higher than I've been before. It's your perfect love that sees me soar. God, your freedom is an open door. You are everything I want and more. When night is falling, when fear is coming, and still you're calling me. When faith is lost, my hope exhausted, here will be my strength. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. Yeah, and I've decided I'm not giving up. You won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. In every season, you keep repeating promises to me. Oh, now there's no stopping what you have started until it is complete. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. Yeah, I decided I'm not giving up. You won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on and it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your
spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. I know the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. No, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still, you give yourself away. Know the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Yeah. When I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, and I don't deserve it. Still, you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't Heavenly Father, thank you so much for just getting us all here today. Even though we're not all physically here, we're here together virtually, and we're still able to fellowship with the church through the chat. And I love that so much, that even though we're in our own houses, even if we're with friends watching right now, we still have the chance to connect. And I love that so much. So thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to get together again. And yeah, I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
I guess you can give it up for the band there, but man, we are so thankful for them. Thank you all so much, worship team. And man, I have to be honest, that horseradish is still,
Dude, that was disgusting.
You might need to pray about that.
Yeah, and now I do want to let you guys know, if your mics go out, let me know. I have extra batteries for us.
Oh, you are a blessing.
I know I was planning for it, but we are so very thankful that you all are tuning in with us. It has been an absolute blast tonight. With all the gross game things that we've been doing, and just hanging out with you all. And so tonight we just kind of wanted to just take a second and we're going to talk about disappointment. Now, before we go into disappointment, I just want to reintroduce everybody just in case you jumped in a little bit later or anything like that. Again, my name's Will. I'm the middle school pastor for Park Valley Church. This right here is Pastor Kevin.
Hello, people. My name is Kevin. I'm the student pastor here at Park Valley Church.
Yeah, and this is Miranda Dixon. Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Man, it's not even that fresh. It's Miranda
Classic.
Newcomer. I'm
Classic.
sorry, Jared. So Miranda, just share a little bit again about what you do with our church.
Yeah, I'm on staff here with our worship team, and I also have the privilege to help out with our high school band as well. It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this is such a huge blessing. We really love student ministries, and it was just amazing that we've been able to pull this off in 24 hours. We've never done a live service like this before, and so we're very, very excited and thankful that you all are jumping in with us tonight, and we're excited to talk about, it's funny to say we're excited to talk about disappointment, but let's be for real, this has been a disappointing year, and 2020 has been hard. Yeah, and
Not
so
what we expected.
Yeah.
Not what we planned. Nope.
Right. No, I think I always laugh because the amount of pastors that I heard like prepping beforehand was like, yeah, we're going to do a 2020, the vision's clear, vision's like bright and all that stuff. And that just hasn't been the case. I think the vision is very muddy, and it's very, it's kind of been a crazy season. And I think people keep saying, man, when 2020 is over, but like to be Debbie Downer, it's a season. It's not necessarily a calendar date where God's going to be like, oh, 2020 is over, and then we're going to jump into 2021, and everything's going to be great. But so to get away from the Debbie Downer in me and all that stuff, or really I guess to just talk about 2020, what have been some frustrations that you two have experienced over 2020, or really some disappointments?
Ladies first.
Oh, okay. Sure. Kind of like Will said, with my name change of 2020, I was planning to get married in May, and then coronavirus happened, obviously. So my original date was May 31st, and unfortunately we had to postpone it. And with that came a lot of disappointment, especially because I felt like I had no control over it. I'm someone who likes to have control and fix things on the spot, and I had no control over this. And I didn't just want to do a wedding online or, do whatever. I still wanted my big dream, Pinterest wedding that I wanted. And there were a lot of tears, a lot of confusion, frustration, almost disappointed in myself, even though I had no control over it whatsoever, but just feeling disappointed and, really just confused, I guess. I know none of you can relate to being married, but let me tell you, you don't want your wedding postponed. But
It's already stressful enough as it is,
yeah.
planning a wedding.
But
And Miranda cries at the drop of a hat, because you can just imagine all the stress this added to her. Good night.
it's fast.
Wow, exposed right there, Kevin. Yeah, and so
Starts crying.
I'm telling you.
it's funny because even there was almost a time where you were thinking about maybe you would have to postpone it again, right? And so there was even more. There's a season of even greater disappointment with I want to do this, I just want to get married at this point, and it is. I can definitely see how that would be really frustrating, especially this year. It's like, man, you want to marry the man that you love. So, yeah,
And it just reminds us that so many things are out of our control. We can have the best laid plans, and we can have all of our, the stuff that we have the best intentions for, but it doesn't always work out that way. I know Will and I, all year long, we've been planning summer events, summer camps, missions trips that our teens had worked, hours upon hours, raised tens of thousands of dollars. And just like that, it was gone. We had to cancel and shut things down and argue with people about getting money back. And it was just stressful. And so when you ask what some of the most disappointing things, I mean, just for me to, and, for us to think, well, hey, we had all these great adventures planned for our teens, and it was just taken away, and with nothing to look forward to. And, another personal thing is my wife and I, we had worked hard at getting our son to graduate. All right, we had put a lot of effort into that, a lot of tears, a lot of arguing, a lot of yelling, a lot of threatening. And not to see him walk was very hard for us because of all the work we did. I mean, he worked a little bit, but, we did majority of the work. And I'm saying that jokingly because I know he was disappointed that he didn't get to walk and experience the last time he walked out of school and to start that new season of life. It just felt very anticlimactic for something you worked so hard for all of our seniors. And so, that, it just goes to show that, we can have all the best laid plans, and sometimes God laughs at them. Is that the old saying? Yeah. We have the plans, and God laughs at them.
Yeah. And I know for me, for us, like, it was crazy because I think we had this really amazing retreat that we did in February, and we had put so much work into it, and I think it was one of the best retreats we've ever done. And just to see the amazing things that happened and the amount of kids that came. And then it was funny because, like, we had heard a couple things on the news about things going on in China and all that stuff, and we're, like, sitting there like, we don't got to worry about it. And then it was like 2 or 3 weeks later.
Do you remember what I said when we walked out of our office? I said, if we still have to deal with this in February or in March, something else is wrong. Or because we were planning our 20th anniversary trip, and I said, if we got bigger things to worry about, if we still are dealing with this in a month and a half.
Yeah. So and
9 months later, we don't even know if we're doing our trip again in February.
Absolutely. Yeah. And for me, like, I know even like my 5-year anniversary was this year with my wife, so we didn't get to do anything, and we had our second child, and that was, man, the sitting there and thinking that I might not get to be there for the birth of my child, that was something that, like, I think just deflated me. It was just one of those things where I'm like, what am I even going to do with this year? And so I think, again, we've definitely all experienced a lot of frustration. You probably have experienced a lot of frustration and disappointment this year. And so, it's been insane. And so let's talk about the positive side of this, right? Because obviously we're almost at the end of 2020, and regardless of, like, 2020's best efforts, we've made it through. So, how did you two kind of overcome 2020? Like, what's helped you kind of keep focus on God instead of your disappointments and frustrations with this year?
I guess I'll go again. Okay, awesome. Not to sound cliche, but honestly, prayer, like the power of prayer. Private prayer, so just me talking with God and having that communication, praying with my fiance at the time, so my future spouse, praying with him. Kevin was our premarital counselor, praying with him, and just having like that community, because those feelings just get so built up, like I was saying, like the confusion, frustration, kind of like why. But prayer was so helpful. And then I also said just community, like my parents, Jared's parents, my husband's parents, that family, friends, like especially for y'all, like connect groups, like those are your people, like that is your community, like those are the people that you lean on when times are tough, when you feel disappointed, when you feel like you are alone. Turn to your connect group leader, like all the adults on the student ministry team, like they want what's best for you. And so that's exactly what I did too. I was in a connect group. I leaned into my leader because I knew I couldn't do this alone. But I knew that God was there, but I also knew that God put specific people in my life to also help me through it. And God was able to work through those people to help me as well. So anyways, that's just like really cool.
Absolutely. Kevin, what about you?
What was the question again?
Yeah.
So what did you do this year to overcome or kind of just deal with 2020, and how did you keep focus on God?
I don't know if I did it well, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just a constant challenge. I'm a very detailed person. I like my stuff planned out. I like to be organized. I like my routine. And sometimes it's just not going to go the way you want it to go, and it's very easy. And there's a lot of problems we deal with in life that are my fault. I mean, there's a lot of dumb things that I do that cause me problems, and there's a lot of dumb things I got to deal with that are out of my control and that aren't my, my doing. And this is one of those things. A lot of times it's just your perspective. How do you look at things when it comes to life? We were never promised that everything would work out perfect the way we wanted it all the time. And I have the tendency, and it's not a healthy tendency, but I have a tendency where I can box stuff up and put it on a shelf and just block my feelings from it and not, and just ignore it. And sometimes I have the tendency to do that, where I can just say, well, I'm just going to focus on this. I'm not going to deal with it. And it's a constant battle because it's the perspective that we have of the surrounding situation that we're in. And I can't change COVID. I can't change the fact that we can't have a service tonight. It frustrates me to no end. It annoys me that, that we had to cancel our 20th anniversary trip and that we didn't get to do graduation and camps and all those things. But I asked myself, what am I going to get mad about? What am I going to get angry about? And, making sure that my perspective on things in life of, well, Jesus never said everything was going to be perfect and that I would never have to deal with frustrating things. No one's hunting me down. No one's persecuting me, and my kids aren't in danger. But it's just this constant reminder of me having to reset myself. You know what? Am I able to get through this? And that's a constant reminder that I've.
And I think again, like, it is one of those things that, like, frustration and disappointment's going to happen. Like, I know for me, something that kind of just helped me through this situation is that it was the little things, and then it was like moving from one thing to the next. It wasn't focusing on 2021. It wasn't focusing on like the end of the year or anything like that. It wasn't even focusing on like the next month. It was literally focusing on what was right there in front of me, because I can work with what's right there in front of me. At this point, I have no idea what's going to happen in a week. We were literally sitting last week and planning out everything that we were going to do, and it was going to be a big service tonight. And then we got a phone call yesterday that is like, hey, we can't do services tonight. And so and even with all these other things where we're sitting there, and I had a friend's wedding that I wanted to go to, and we just weren't able to make it work because like just there's various things, like things come up where we had things break in our house and we had to pay for that. And then we just want to make sure, like, again, being a pastor or being a church worker during this time too is also scary for the first couple of months, where I'm like, there's a lot of people losing their jobs right now, and we are blessed very, like, amazingly at this church, and it would make sense if somebody's like, I can't tithe right now, and so there's a lot of things. And so instead of focusing on the what ifs, right, or what if this happens, what if that happens, I just would focus on, it's funny because, like, it's Frozen 2, the next right thing or the next best thing, and it would literally, whatever the next thing was, that's what I was focused on. And so, and that's just been helpful to, like, I can't change my future right now, but I can change what's happening right now. And I just kept focusing on that. So, so through all of this, what do you feel like God's, like, the biggest thing that God has been teaching you through kind of the frustrations and disappointments, and really just 2020 as we kind of get ready to go into this new year?
I think the biggest thing that God taught me was that he doesn't waste a hurt. Like, nothing is like a mistake. And that's hard to understand. Like, okay, well, why would this virus happen? Why would you make me feel this, like, disappointment or kind of thing? But, like, he doesn't waste that. And I think of the worship song, See Victory by Elevation, and just that bridge is just saying, like, you take what the enemy meant for evil and you turn it for good. And I think sometimes, like, that's hard to remember when we're in, like, those moments of, like, stress and confusion and frustration, whatever. And I love in John 10:10, like, I don't know if y'all are taking notes, but in John 10:10 it says, the thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. So I think, during these times when we can kind of feel like a why God moment, like, it's not God that, is doing this to us, but, like, he is going to use it for something good, even though we don't understand it. So I think that was something I had to constantly remind myself in this season of, that, like, God's not out to attack me. Like,
Yeah, it even says in Romans that God works all things for the good of those who believe in him.
Yeah.
And that's humbling, thinking of, like, how could I be going through this right now and this be for my benefit? But, I think of it like right now, I have a child, I have 2 kids, and disciplining my 2-year-old, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I hate it. Like, I'm not sitting there like, man, I cannot wait to discipline you. I am loving sitting with you in timeout for the next 5 minutes when it should only take 2 minutes, and you're just screaming at me and all that stuff. But the reality is that it's good for him because he's learning how to act like just a normal person, or really how to behave. And so these tough times are really important for us to remember that even though it's difficult, even though there is disappointment and there's frustration, that God is working all of these things for our benefit.
I mean, disappointment is just a part of life, and when you, again, being 43, I'm 43 now, when I was 13, the things that stressed me out and the things that I was disappointed then, I'll be honest, now I don't even remember. And I'm not saying what everyone goes through isn't a big deal. It is but disappointment is just something that we deal with. Disappointment is just a way of life and how we view things and how we look at things. And there's a song that Garth Brooks sings about called Unanswered Prayers. And it's oh man, that'd be great if we could play that. But the point is, when he was younger, he was in a relationship that ended, and he was so disappointed, and he kept praying to God that God would fix that relationship, that God would give him what he wanted because he was disappointed. And then the song fast forwards, and he's married, he has kids, and he bumps into that lady again, and he is thanking God for not answering his prayers because of how happy he is now in his current situation. And there's things in life that we just kind of wrestle with. And, disappointment is just something we deal with. And we can't control all the situations around us. We can just control how we react to it, how we respond to that situation, and how we deal with that. Because, again, it's just something that we're going to constantly be wrestling with.
For sure. And again, I think that's such an interesting song. You could always sing the verse for us, Kevin, if you want.
Listen, I know my
Yes,
strengths and I know my
please.
weaknesses, and singing them is not one of them.
All right, maybe after the show.
Give
Okay.
the people
Yeah,
what they
so-
want.
Yeah, but
know, yeah.
I don't know if they
Yeah.
want it either. But
They don't want that.
but it is funny because there are so many times where I think there's what I was talking about where it's like I was focusing on the next thing, but sometimes we're so wrapped up in that next thing that we don't care about the big outcome. We just want this is what we want right now.
Mhm.
And so when our disappointment happens, it's really it's the idea that, man, this door is closing. Is there another opportunity coming? And so I think that's when there is disappointment, because again, it's guaranteed. Again, there's never once have we been life is going to be just a wonderful, wonderful field of I don't know, flowers. I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever you like and all that stuff.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
so-
I think a lot of times disappointment is for our own good. There's tons of times that my kids were disappointed because I wouldn't let them, play in the street. There was tons of times where my kids were disappointed when I wouldn't let them drink the Pine Sol because they thought it was apple juice. Those are all literal times where they were disappointed, but me being the older, wiser father knew better for them. And there's tons of times that we're disappointed with God because we don't like the situation we're in, and he's just thinking, if you only knew the trouble I am protecting you from, if you only understood the pain that I am hoping you avoid, because as a parent, that's what we're constantly doing that. We're constantly trying to protect our kids, and they're constantly disappointed when they can't get, not constantly, but you understand when your parents tell you no to something, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
But as a parent, it's our job to protect them, and a lot of times it's God protecting us from our own dumb desires.
Yeah. And especially, I think it's funny, when you think about the students that we're talking to, they're on the flip side. They're sitting there, it's there's no way that what my parents are doing, is going to benefit me. And then it's just again, I think of the hot stove, right? We from when, it is something that it's just a rite of passage. When we're told not to touch something hot, and then it's we do that. I remember my story is, we were in South Dakota at the time. My brother and I had just taken a bath together. It was 2 years ago. No, I'm kidding. So I was so I was 4 years old. He was 2, and we had gotten out of the bath, and my dad had this pellet fireplace, and so he was burning these pellets, and we had a glass plate on the front. And so me being funny wanted to dry myself off by the fire, and so I'm getting close to it, and I'm shaking my booty towards the glass plate, and I got too close, and I burned myself. My dad was he warned me before. He's don't touch that. What are you doing? It was that's hot. And I knew that it was hot, and I just got too close because I was trying to be funny, and I ran around like a cartoon. I'm ow, ow, ow. And then my brother, right after that, my dad's what happened? And my brother's he touched this, and then puts his finger on the hot thing. And so it's just a rite of passage, but at the same time, we're told not to do those things, and we're what good can this do by you telling me not to do this? I want to do this. This is what I want. So let's transition a little bit, because obviously, I think there's been a lot of disappointment this year, but there also might be some of us who are struggling with a little bit of disappointment in ourselves, because the reality is that with this, like, while we want to trust in what God has for us, while we want to be faithful to what he's calling us to, be faithful to just like trusting that God has a plan for 2020 or for our lives, some of us might be struggling with that right now. And so a question that was asked by one of our students is, did you have any doubts in faith because of what's going on with everything right now? And if so, what did you do to overcome those doubts? What did you do to kind of draw closer to God?
I mean, I just think doubt is inevitable. I mean, disappointment is inevitable. I mean, there's times I'm just driving down the road thinking, God, are you real? I mean, and I'm a pastor. And so, doubting is just something that's where the faith comes in. We're going to constantly wrestle with doubt. And we're going to constantly wrestle with disappointment. And for us to realize that, one, it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be hurt. In fact, how many times was God disappointed with Moses? How many times was God disappointed with Noah, with Adam and Eve? The fact that Jesus expressed disappointment. And here's my thought. Now, I don't know if I have biblical proof to back this up, but when Jesus went to go to see Lazarus when he died, Jesus gets there, and he found out that Lazarus was going to die or was sick, and, days before he even left to go visit him, and if he would have left when he first heard, he could have healed Lazarus, but he waits until he dies, then he goes there knowing that he's going to perform an amazing miracle, that he's going to raise Lazarus from the dead. Everyone's going to see it. They're going to be amazed. Lives are going to be changed. And Jesus gets there, and the first thing he is greeted with is people complaining, people mad at him, or if you would have been here sooner, Jesus, Lazarus wouldn't have been dead. It's pretty much your fault, and all this thing. And the Bible has the shortest verse. It says Jesus wept. And now a lot of people will think that Jesus cried because he was sad. I technically don't believe that. I'm thinking, one, if Jesus knew how amazing heaven was, why would he be sad that anybody was there? Two, if he knew he was going to do the biggest mic drop ever by raising him from the dead, why would he be sad? Yeah. I believe he was sad, and it brought him to tears, the lack of faith in his friends that he had poured his life into, to the people he invested in. And so, to me, it's kind of thinking, because we've all been disappointed and we've all been hurt. So was he more angry with the disappointment in his friends? And that's how I tend to believe. People may disagree with me and people may think different than that. But I'm thinking, you know what? Even Jesus was disappointed. And so for us to experience disappointment, I think is 100% normal, and it's okay. Again, it's how you deal with it. And by the way, he did raise him from the dead and drop the mic, but still.
Spoiler, I haven't finished that chapter yet.
I know. You got to read it.
Miranda?
I mean, I have for sure had my doubts in those moments of like, why God? Like, why would this happen? But I think it's dangerous if we stay in that, moment. I feel like it's like naturally as a human, we're going to be like, oh, why God? But if we keep like that, like, God, this is your fault, like, why? That's when it starts to become dangerous. And that's when we have to start believing that, like, okay, he has a plan, and I am going to see it. That's why I love Romans 8:18. For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us. And again, it's like we feel like, oh, this 2020 is just like, this is it, and this sucks. This is bad. Sorry, I don't know if I could say that word.
They're high schoolers. It's okay. In middle school.
But like, what we are promised, like when we die and we go to heaven, like, that is what's so amazing. Like, and that's why I don't want to spend my time doubting God. I don't want to spend time questioning him, but just really trusting in his plan and just really seeking and pursuing him.
Yeah, and like, if I'm being honest, doubt really hasn't been something, at least in my faith, like, it's been one of those things where, like, I've definitely, like, been frustrated with where I'm at with God at times, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what, like I want to draw closer to you, and I feel like there's this block at times, and I'm just, like, so tired, and it really is more, I feel like Elijah, we were talking about Elijah earlier, where Elijah's this amazing prophet, and he sees God do these amazing things, like, time and time again, and then, like, this one thing comes up, and he's not disappointed or he's not, like, bummed out, but he's like, I just quit. Like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. He even uses the terminology of, like, just take my life. Like, literally, he's just done. And so there's been times where I'm just like, I'm just done. Like, I'm going to go move someplace else, or I'm going to go, like, turn in all of my PTO, and then Kevin can just work, and I'll do all that stuff for it. And so there's just times where I literally am like, I'm just done, but but the reality is I think that, like, I've been through a rough season just before all of this stuff. Like, I've talked about it several times in Vertical and Underground, and it just makes me think of Ecclesiastes 3, and it's really 9 to 13, but I'm just going to read verse 11, and it says, "Yet God has made everything beautiful in its own time. He planted eternity in the human heart, but even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to end." And it's just one of those things, like, I always know that, like, if I don't see the end of hope, that, like, there is an end to the hope, like, that Jesus is the end to that hope. And so that's the thing that I've just been clinging to. And again, I'm not saying that to sound more spiritual. I've struggled with so many other things, but I just know that there's going to, like, God is going to show up. It just might not be in my time. And so that's like, but it's like in desperate, like, I'm like, you know, in the middle of this huge storm, and I'm just like clinging on to the one rope, and that's all I have, like clinging desperately to that, because I know as soon as I let go of that, like, I'm just going to be lost. And so that has been the one thing where I've desperately clung to, just the thought that God is going to show up at some point. It just might not be right now. So, Kevin, just really quick, so as we kind of wrap up, like, what is something practical that our middle schoolers or high schoolers could do today to kind of face this disappointment that they might be experiencing as we start, like, finishing up and we just start just going about our night? What is something they could do tonight?
I mean, one thing is for us to realize we're not alone. You know, a lot of times I think like we're the only ones who are struggling, because we look at everyone else's life through a social media lens and we realize, oh, everything in their world is perfect. Mine's the one that's struggling. And so for us to realize, listen, you're not alone. You know, you have people who love you. You have people who care about you. You have people that want to come alongside you and support you. We serve a God who experienced everything you're experiencing. He experienced, you know, Jesus, you know, isn't asking us to deal with anything he has never happened. Can you imagine him if he's like, oh man, 00 BC was the worst year ever? You know, I mean, everything he's doing is for the kingdom of God and for us, and yet he's arrested, betrayed by all his friends, and thrown into prison, beaten, put on a cross. You know, I mean, you know, so when you and I think about how frustrating things can be at times, we serve a God who has experienced everything that we're going through and then some. And so, you know, so you're definitely not alone. You're surrounded by people that love you and that care about you. And if there's anything that we can do for you as a church or as a teen ministry, don't hesitate to let us know. I mean, we definitely want to come alongside you. And then, two, disappointment doesn't last forever. You know, it's almost like Annie. You know, the sun will come out tomorrow. Maybe I should bust out in a song and sing that. But listen, there's always brighter days. I mean, again, it's our perspective on how we look at things and how God is growing us during this difficult season. And, you know, 4 or 5 years from now, we're going to look back at this and be like, did you remember when we didn't get to do this and this didn't happen? And we're just going to be on to the next thing. We're going to be on to the next better thing. And you guys are going to be on to the next season of life. And you know, and so just realize what's going on today isn't going to be forever. And things will get back to normal. And things will get better. And so, again, and technically they're not miserable. And so, again, it's just having that perspective of, hey, no matter what I go through, I can still serve Jesus. I can still love the people that matter the most to me, and I can still invest in the kingdom for Christ.
That reminds me of a verse just really quickly. It's actually my life verse that I love. It's Psalm 118:24, and it's, "This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." And I think no matter what our disappointments, frustrations, whatever, like, God made this day. And if you're here, like, God is not finished with you yet. Like, he still has big plans for you, no matter how crazy and busy life may be. Like, this is the day he has made. Therefore, we will rejoice in it, and we will gather together with our community and our friends, family, connect group leaders, like all the above, and rejoice God, no matter what's going on. Because like the other song, Elevation, like, we will see a victory.
Yeah.
Like, this is God's day. Every day is his day. So anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think for me, just something super practical that the kids could do tonight is I'll just maybe take a second to just write down something that you're thankful for today. You know, because again, tomorrow isn't promised, and we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And really, we're following God into the unknown. We just talked about that last week, and we don't know what's going to happen. But let's write down something that we're thankful for today. You know what? You know, if you have like breath in your lungs, you have something to be thankful for. Like, you are alive to see another day. You are alive to do whatever God's called you to. You are alive to just enjoy life. And you know, the reality is like, there is like, yeah, you might have, like, somebody in your family might have gotten in a car crash. At least they're doing okay right now, right? At least like you were able to talk to them as they heal. If you got a bad grade on your test, at least you still have 3 more quarters, right? If you're sitting there and your parents are just frustrated with the way the things are going, and you're sitting there and you're tired of Zoom, like at least you get to like talk to your friends every once in a while. At least you get to like be here tonight with us. At least you get to just enjoy the simple things of life, whether that's a cool glass of water or good music or whatever you're into. Like, there's so many things that you can be thankful for today, so don't worry about tomorrow. And so I think that's the thing that we need to cling to. And I think the biggest thing that we need to remember is that God is not done with 2020. God is not done with 2020. God is not finished with our story, and that there is still hope to come. And so, and that hope is Jesus. We know that, and we can wrap that up now and just say, like, man, like the hope that we have, despite all this disappointment, despite all this frustration, is the fact that we have a God, and we have he sent his son to die on the cross for us so that we could have a hope. And again, that hope is Jesus. So any last thoughts that you all want to share as the band starts coming up?
I think you just wrapped it up.
All right, awesome. Well, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to just pray really quick, and we got one last song for us to do tonight. And it's the song "Follow You Anywhere," and it's such a great song for us to end tonight with, because again, there's so many unknowns and there's so many disappointments, and the reality is that we just need to keep following God with whatever's going on. We need to trust the fact that He has a plan, and that the hope that we have is in Jesus, so we can follow Him wherever we go. And so let's pray really quick as the band gets wrapped up, and then we're going to do one last song. So, Father, I thank you so much for this time together. I just pray that you would be with us, Lord, as we just sing this last song. God, I pray that we would sing your praises, God, that we would just worship you with all that we have. And I'm just so thankful for the blessing that it is to be here tonight and do this digital service. God, thank you so much for YouTube. Thank you so much for just messy games and fun things to do. And I just pray that, Lord, this was an awesome blessing to the people who are watching, and that we would just worship really well this last song. In your name I pray. Amen.
You make it easy to love you. you so much for tuning in. Reminder that next week there's no Vertical or Underground, either in person or online. So have fun with your family for Thanksgiving or whatever you're doing. And we hope to see you the first week of December, but stay tuned on social media for any updates. We'll see you next time.